What's up and welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and thank you for coming back and tuning in. So today's crazy topic will be dosage calculation for nursing. I do understand that dosage could and can be very, challenging for others, and sometimes it could be a lot easy for the next person. But do not worry, if you have made it here to this video will help you get through your dosage exam that you have coming up. I have done my research when I was in the thick of it, when I was in the trenches trying to figure my way out. I definitely came to YouTube and tried to find a video that would help me pass my test, and I found some. Nurse Sarah is really good, and I found another lady or another young girl who was real helpful as well. But none of the videos were specific to the type of questions that I was looking for, because we have at Galen, we have time questions, we have like complicated dosage questions, and then we also have ones that are a safe dose range. And I found one video recently on the safe dose range, but I'm definitely just going to cover all the things that we have to know at Galen for your exam. I have lots of practice worksheets, and these things, I'm telling you, they are so helpful. I'm not going to throw them away, because I know in the future we still have to take these tests, and they're all the same. Like, everything is just front loaded. So you just have to know, and they're drilling it in. You have to know these questions. Like, it cannot be like, you can't freeze up. You have to know them. So I saved all my stuff, and I'm definitely going to give y'all all the tips and tricks that I've learned through my professor. Shout out to Professor Joy at the Tampa campus, because she helped me in so many ways that she don't even know, because I hated dimensional analysis and I was not trying to learn it that way. I was trying to figure it out on my own, trying to cut corners, and it just was not working. And she basically sat me down and we did different questions together. And when she was showing me how to do it, it just like clicked. She just screwed my light bulb in and made the light go off in my brain, because I was not messing around with dimensional analysis. Like, I didn't want to learn it at all. It wasn't for me. But I promise you, once you learn the setup method of dimensional analysis, everything else is easy. It's a piece of cake. It's a walk through the park. You will not have to stress about your dosage exam anymore once you learn dimensional analysis. So I am going to do dimensional analysis, and I'm also going to do dosage overhand. And I'm also going to show you a shortcut way of how to do the time questions for your dosage exam, because there is a shortcut way versus doing dimensional analysis. You can just do it this quick way and then still get the right answer. So with that being said, let me get my practice questions and we can just jump right into it, okay? Okay, so let me set y'all up so y'all can see, and we can work on these problems together, and I can help y'all out. Hopefully this helps somebody, because you can only miss one question on your test, and you have 10 questions, so you can only miss one, and you have to get a 90 or above to pass. But you do get 3 chances to take this test, so definitely don't wait till the last chance to pass. Just try to do it on your first go around. Watch this video over and over again. Definitely go get help from the tutors that are at Galen. They are amazing. And also watch YouTube videos, get practice questions from your teacher. Like, do everything that you can possibly do to help yourself pass that test, because one least exam that you have to worry about is just like a freedom that you can't even explain, because it's just so nerve-wracking when you are at the 3rd attempt and you have to make a goddamn go 90. So don't even do yourself that heartache. Just do it right the first time and get through it. So let's go. Okay, so question number 1 reads, the physician has prescribed 6,000 units of heparin sub-Q every 6 hours for a client with DVTs. Using the label below, calculate how many mLs the nurse should give with each dose. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, so what we want to know is how many mLs should we prescribe. We know that every 50,000 units is 10 mLs. So we want to put the 10 mLs over the 50,000 units, okay? Because we know that 50,000 units equals 10 mLs, and mLs is what we're wanting. So what did the doctor prescribe? He prescribed 6,000 units. So he prescribed 6,000 units per dose, which is 1. So you just put that over 1. And then now you see that units can cancel each other out and we can move on, because now we are left with mLs. And that's what we want, right? Correct. So let's just multiply straight across. So that is going to give us 60,000 units. And I know, not units. And I know I'm not supposed to even write U for the units, but I don't feel like writing all that. Y'all know. And then 50 times 1, of course, well, not 50, but 50,000 times the 1 is the 50,000, okay? So now you just divide, which gives you 1.2. But wait, remind yourself that that question stated, round the answer to the nearest tenth. So because this is the 10th value and this is the hundreds and there's nothing there, you just leave that to the way that it is. And the answer is 1.2 mLs. That is the answer. So the question says the doctor prescribed 1,000 mLs of D5.5 normal saline at 125 milliliters per hour. How many hours in minutes with the fluids run? That's wrong. Okay, how many hours in minutes will the fluid run? Round the answer to the nearest tenth before calculating the minutes. Okay, we have to round our answer to the nearest tenth to get the minutes correct. So let's do it. So what are we looking for right now? The first step, this question is a 2-step question. So you got 1 step, which is the hours. And then the second step is the minutes. So you have to find the hours first to know the minutes. What are we looking for? We are looking for hours as the first step. So hours need to be on top over the minutes. So we have 1 hour per the 125 mLs, because it said 125 mLs per hour. So these two can never be separated. They are married, they stay together. They can never get a divorce. Never. Now we need to cancel out the ml. So what else in the question had mLs? So 1,000 mLs. That gets crossed out. That gets crossed out. And the 1,000 goes over 1. And then we just need to figure out now the hours, because we have everything left in hours. Well, in hours. So you got 1,000 over 125. So you do the math on that, and that equals 8 hours. There is no minutes because it's just 8 even. So with 0 minutes, this is the answer. But say if, right? Say if the answer was 8.23 or something like that, right? And it said to round your answer to the nearest 10th before calculating the minutes. So the 8 would be the hours. This is still hours. This is not minutes. Please do not get that confused. This is still hours. So you cannot round this because it said round to the nearest 10th. 3 is below 5, so you can't round it. So what it will be is 0.2, okay? It'll be 0.2. So then you would take the 0.2 times 60 minutes, okay? That's all you got to do. And then that would be 12. The answer would be 8 hours and 12 minutes. This is the answer. Because when I was doing these, I was thinking like, oh, 8, and what I said, 2, 3. I thought this was automatically the minutes. But that is incorrect. Do not do that. That's wrong. If it tells you to round it, make sure you round it, and then whatever is behind this point, whatever, it gets multiplied by 60 minutes no matter what. It could be 0.50 times 60 minutes. Whatever it is, it's always the point times 60 minutes. Make sure you're rounding before you multiply it by the 60 minutes. Because if you don't round this number first before you multiply it, it will be wrong. A nurse practitioner prescribed lithium 600 milligrams BID. So BID means 2 times per day. TID means 3 times per day. Is it quad or quid? 4 times per day. Definitely know these because they're all over the test. And you have to know like when to use it and when it's just extra BS that they're trying to trick you up. So number 7, let's get back to the question. It says, a nurse practitioner prescribed lithium 600 milligrams BID for the client with bipolar disease. How many milligrams will the client receive daily? Okay, so that's the cue. Round the answer to the nearest 10th. This is a simple one, but with the wording, it can confuse you. So 600 milligrams, and the anxiety gets people as well. 600 milligrams, and we're going to multiply that by 2 because BID stands for 2 times a day. How many milligrams? It's already in milligrams. Will the client receive daily? So, and then it says round your answer to the nearest 10. So 600 times 2, 1,200. So that's going to be 1,200 milligrams. This is your answer. And because it said daily, some people want to be like, oh, it's just 600 milligrams. But that's wrong because it's BID. So just remember to pay attention to what they're asking you. What they're asking you can make or break you sometimes with these questions. It says your client is on a liquid diet and has consumed the following. How many total mLs did the client consume? Round the answer to the nearest whole number. So we got 8 OZ. He had 4 ounces of whatever that is, 4 ounces. And then he had 3 120 mLs. Then he had 4 ounces. Then he had 240 mLs. Okay, so it wants everything in mLs, but clearly we have ounces as well, right? So how do we get from ounces to milliliters? We're going to multiply. So 8 OZ times 30 equals blah, 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 blah. So the 8 ounces times the 30 will give you 240 mLs. Because 1 ounce is 30 mLs. So boom. So 8 times 30 equals 240. So, and then you just do that all the way down for the next one. I mean, for all of the rest of the OZs, okay? For the ounces. So then you have 4 OZs times 30 mLs. Let me write it out correctly so y'all can see. And we got 120. Got 3 times 120. You don't have to do any conversions here because it's already in mLs. You just need to multiply it by 3, which will give you mLs. Then we have the 4 ounces again times 3 mLs equals to 120 mLs. And the last one, we just have 240 mLs. So then you just add them all up now because they're all in mLs, which gives us 1080 mLs. So that is your answer. Only thing for this question, you need to know your conversion for OZ to mLs. And you are golden on that one. It says the prescription is for amoxicillin 500 milligrams IV. The pharmacists have provided 50 milligrams per 50 ml. I'm sorry. The pharmacist has provided 500 milligrams per 50 mLs and states it can be infused in 20 minutes. The drop factor, that is supposed to say drip. The drip factor is 10 drips per ml. Calculate the drips per minute. Round the answer to the nearest whole number. This one could be a little tricky too, but not tricky enough to trick you, okay? So we're back to dimensional analysis on setting up our problem. So we're not gonna let this trick us because we got dimensional analysis on our side and it's gonna help us get through it every time. So we're gonna put the drops over minute because that's what we're looking for. That's what the question is asking for. So now, where do you see in your problem drops at the top? So you see it at the 10 drops per 1 ml. So you're gonna put the 10 GTT at the top over 1 ml. And then remember, those two are married because they can't be separated from each other. when you see that slash and then something else behind that slash, whatever's behind that slash goes with that person. Like, that's the husband and the wife. They cannot be separated. So, and we need the GTTs at the top, and that is the one, that question, that fraction has the GTTs at the top how we need it. So that is the one that automatically goes first. No if and buts about it. If GTT is what we're looking for and this has a GTT at the top, put it first because that is what we're looking for. Okay, so now moving on. Now what is next? Okay, so we have milliliters right here. So what else in this question has milliliters? What can we cancel out? Oh, the 50 has an ml. Bam, that crosses out. So now remember, the 50 mLs is also married to the 500 milligrams. So that goes at the bottom because this one can get flipped because of the mLs. The mLs is right here and we just needed to flip it around so we could cancel it out. Because the mLs can't go on top right here because we're not looking for mLs in this question. We are looking for drops per minute. So that one gets canceled out. Now we have milligrams that we need to figure out how we gonna cancel. I'll put an equal sign. That's not it. So now, what is it that we need to find to cancel out that 500? So in the question, I have two 500 milligrams. So milligrams is right there. At the beginning of the question, it said the prescription is for amoxicillin 500 milligrams. So we want to cancel that out. And then we had the other 500 milligrams. It said the pharmacist had provided 500 milligrams per 50 milliliters. So that was this one that the pharmacy provided. And then this one is the one that was prescribed. So that is how these two cancel each other out. So bam, that's cancel out. You put 20 minutes because what are we looking for? We are looking for minutes, drops per minute. And it said 20 minutes is what we needed to infuse the medicine by. So bam, there you go. We got drops per minute. Everything else is canceled out. So now we just multiply straight across. So the top part, we get 250,000. And then the bottom part, we get 10,000, which gives us 25 drips per minute. That is your answer. Desired over half times the quality. Okay? Quantity, not quality, quantity. All right, number 3. It says, the cardiologist prescribed digoxin 1 milligram by mouth every morning for a client diagnosed with heart failure. Using the label below, calculate how many tablets the nurse should administrate. Round the answer to the nearest whole or half tablet. Okay, looking at this picture is a lot of words and you're just like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I even look at? Tell me, help me. So it is very easy. The only thing that you have to do is know what was ordered, what you have, how many do you need to give. You have 0.125 milligrams. That is what you have. And you want to get it in milligrams because the doctor, it says the cardiologist prescribed digoxin 1 milligram by mouth. So he only prescribed 1. But what you have in the Pyxis is 125 mcgs, which is equal to 0.125 milligrams. So with that label, it already did the conversion for you, so there is no need to panic, boo-boo. So desired, what is desired is 1 milligram. But what you have is 0.125. Yeah, 0.125 milligram times 1. Because it said by mouth every morning. Every morning means 1, okay? Now we just need to go from here. Go ahead and do our first step, which is divide. 1 divided by 0.125 equals 8 tabs. 8 tabs. Honey, that's all you gotta do. Number 4. It says the client was admitted with an MI. The client is to receive aspirin 975 milligrams by mouth. In stock is aspirin 325 milligrams. How many tablets is the nurse supposed to give to the? How many tablets is the nurse supposed to administer? Oh my God! Round to the nearest whole or half tablet. The 975 milligrams, right? That's what the doctor ordered. But we don't have that, doc. What we supposed to do? Well, what you got in the Pixies? I got 325 milligrams. Client is to receive the 975 milligrams. So he only wanted him to get it 1 time a day. What you're going to do is just divide 975 divided by the 325, which equals the 3 tabs. That is it. You already know times it by 1, but if it was another number, then times it by that. So that is all. So if this was, he wanted him to receive this medicine 5 times a day, so you would just do 3 times 5, which would give you 15 tabs, right? But that's not the answer we looking for. It was 3, so it's 3. That is easy. That is all, y'all. That is all. So if you want more help, or if you feel like this was helpful, definitely go ahead, like, comment. If I made a mistake, let me know. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if y'all have any other dimensional questions that y'all need help on. Let me know. Let me know. Nurse Sarah is really good with dimensional analysis. She just don't go in depth like I needed her to for my exam. So that's why I pulled my practice worksheets from Galen. They are the exact same questions. It's just the numbers are different, y'all. These are the exact same questions that are on your exam for dosage. Trust me when I say these questions are gonna be on y'all test. So if y'all need help, go to a tutor, drop some comments below, share it to a friend who's struggling. I don't know, but I'm giving y'all the gems because I had to figure it out solo dolo. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will holler at y'all later. Thank you very much for your support. See y'all next time.